So one of the must-watch television shows, at least in my opinion, is Swagger. They may be a little bit biased, but overall still a good series. Let me tell you that right now. But yeah, it returns for its second season. I checked it all out. I'm here to talk about it. So let's jump into my review of Swagger Season 2 right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today we're going to be reviewing Season 2 of Swagger, returning to Apple TV Plus June 23rd. This series also made its world premiere at Tribeca Film Festival this year, and then went on a little mini press and media run, taking their talents in their cast all across the big and major cities to promote this season. So yeah, we got some love here in DC. They hit up Chicago. Obviously they were in New York for Tribeca and so on. So yeah, with that, yeah, season 2 returns June 23rd. There are 8 episodes. They're an hour each. You truly do want to check out season 1 before you jump into season 2, because all of the stakes and the dilemmas and all of the drama and all that good stuff from season 1 definitely is touched upon into season 2, and you truly see sort of the cause and effect and the ripple effect of some of the decisions and some of the events of season 1. But if you had never heard of this is a series that is loosely based on Kevin Durant's life, coming out of Seat Pleasant, Maryland, out of the DMV. I'm from the DMV, so you already know I had to check this out. And even with that, let me just say, for season 2, for the folks who have been rocking with season 1, you truly still get a lot of the nods, the cameos, the lingo, all the good essence of what it's like being from the DMV. They represent for sure. But yeah, it's not filmed in the DMV, but I think they still did an amazing job into making sure that it still felt like the DMV. And that's truly, you have to tip your hat to the writers, and you have to tip your hat to all of the folks in terms of the production of getting this done. But then when you talk about the cast here, listen, our young cast really isn't so young anymore now here. Isaiah Hill, who is our star of this, as Jace Carson, he's a grown man now. I'm going to just tell you that. And he's out here bowling like a grown man. But we now follow him into his senior year in Cedar Cove Prep. So he essentially went from playing AAU, trying to find his way, to now in his senior year, where he now has to make, which we all know, the decision of what college would he attend. And while that's not just the linear thing of I want to go there, then you go there, we know there's a lot of different things that go into that decision, and life comes at you pretty fast here. So you know, we're gonna follow Jace really coming to a young man, and really, while he's maturing on the court, he's maturing off the court. And with that story, like, there's so many things that fans who may have never checked out the show can find a bit of like relatability to this young man Jace, whether you bald or not, because you know he goes through it all. You know, there's family issues. You know, there is the absent dad. There is the love interest. There is society around him. There's so many different things that happen with Jace that you just can't help but to relate and sympathize for some of the things he goes through. I mean, again, if you've seen season 1, you knew what he did in terms of protecting Crystal, and would that come back to affect him? They certainly explore that in season 2. And what does that mean for not only his life and his career, but also we explore the effects of this in terms of Crystal's life and career, because it was a completely traumatizing experience. And with that, you know, they talk about it all. Now, this season is really good. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. It's really good. But episode 5 may be one of the best episodes I've seen of a series in a very, 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 very long time. The cultural importance, the societal importance, the cameos, The message, you could feel the power, the energy. There's so many things in episode 5 that I will say that episode 5 not only is the best episode of this season, but the rewatchability of this episode alone is going to be talked about. You know, you're going to get so much from this episode that it's truly, I think, is a game changer. Like, no pun intended. Like, it's a game changer for the entire series, but I think for the entire season, but truly for the entire series. As I would love to see where this story goes beyond this season, just to kind of look ahead here. But along with that, if you also don't know, O'Shea Jackson is in this. O'Shea is Coach Isaac. We know Coach Isaac and Jace have their history, but after season 1, where does Coach Isaac go from there? And honestly, I don't want to give it away, but like, you know, this is truly the father-son relationship, or if you don't see it in that light, it's truly the duality of each other. We see Isaac, who really was promising in his career, and he wants Jace to really surpass everything that he was supposed to do and more. You know, so, you know, he has his mentorship, but it just gets much stronger and much deeper in this season, really capitalizing off of everything that happened in the first season. But up and down the board, man, Quvenzhané is fantastic as Crystal, Chanel as Jenna Carson, the mom. She has some great moments this season as well. Up and down the board, man. Even Jason Riviera Torres, who's Nick, who was like a really big focus in the later part of last season. His story in this was somewhat of like a supporting storyline. It still has a lot of weight here. And I could just go on and on by all the characters, but I will say that every character does have their moment. We really, really, really get very up close and personal with these characters. We get their backstory. We get their inner conflict. We understand the entirety of their arc, and we grow with them. As these characters grow, we're growing with them this season. And I think, you know, as us as adults now, you know, we can look back and remember some of these moments as kids, and or if when we were kids, some of the adults that influenced us and mentor us. Like, it has so much like to really take from this series beyond it just being about basketball and beyond it being in the DMV. It's truly a story about life, and it's something I think everybody will find something to relate to. And then, you know, Crystal and Isaac, Crystal and Jace here. I'm going to tell you right now, you probably already guessed it, but listen, they might be this new generation's Monica and Quincy, and if you know, you know here. But like, I love the two of them on screen. They really bring it. I think it's going to be something to talk about once this season is complete. So I checked it out. You got to start it, folks, because you're going to get the first episode dropping on June 23rd on Apple TV Plus. New episodes weekly, a total of 8 episodes. It's one to watch, and I'm going to tell you, if there's anything you take from this review, you make sure you at least get to episode 5. I mean, you'll be hooked by then for sure. But episode 5 is an episode you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss. And, you know, shout out to the cast. Shout out to everybody in terms of really making this series work. It's a fantastic series for all ages. And I think you certainly want to put this on your watch list. So with that being said, once again, folks, Swagger Season 2 returning to Apple TV Plus June 23rd. Get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this one once you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.